Moon Archer Shooting Stars. It's a short visual novel, I think, about a girl, I think, trying to reach the moon through an elevator or a lift. Well, I don't know. Let's just see, shall we? Ah, Chang'e, Jade Rabbit. Is this based on Chinese mythic? Because I don't know. If I remember correctly, that's a Chinese myth. On the moon, there lived a beautiful immortal named Chang'e. Her jade rabbit haunted night after the night the elixir of immortality. Yeah. It is a Chinese myth because, if I remember correctly, Chinese people are. There's a lot of jade beasts in Chinese myth, and Chang'e is a Chinese name, right? 7 generations ago, when humanity had first set foot into the moon, people know of such a legend. It was only that they hadn't expected the story to be true. City A, the city with an elevator to the moon. Tonight as well, I manned the entry gate to the elevator. I processed papers and people under the stars in the far off outskirts of the city. The paper. Well, there's paperwork in this game. That's great. 10% realism. The paperwork was dull, the people even duller. No amount of fame or wealth could buy the way to the moon country. Okay then. White hair, red eyes. She looked as if she was cursed by the sun. At first I thought of her as just another girl who was curious about the elevator. Neither an elevator permit nor any papers required for visiting the moon. She didn't even have an ID on her identification. Was she a human or a fairy? To come here so boldly and look at me with eyes that seemed to see even the furthest of stars. This is a beautiful writing. I love it. I love the writing of this novel. Gatekeeper Yu, is there any other way for me to go up? So her name is Yi and we are you. You. Okay. You too. If in English it becomes you too. Okay then. Would you like to fill out an application for access? It won't guarantee anything, but it may be worth a shot. Let's go back. Look at this. Look at our badge. It's moon and a bunny rabbit, and look at our tie. A rabbit ear. That would be appreciated. Access was limited, so one couldn't just fly a rocket up. Just the thought of all the paperwork made me wince. Then again, here I was, filling out paperwork. No family name, Miss Yi? Yes, as of now, I have no family name. I am simply Yi. I see. Well, you shouldn't be a little suspicious. That is really suspicious. There were many strange people. Okay then. In the end, they all blurred together. Practiced calligraphy in the past. Is there a preference? I don't know. Let me see. No. as long as you can be contacted. Ah, okay then. Many thanks, gatekeeper you. You are welcome. Have a good rest of your evening. I expected to never see her again. Look at him. Oh, there were no clouds. It's all a clear sky. The moon was bright. When there was no one here and nothing else to do, I would stargaze as I settled in for another long night shift. And so the night passed. Yet the girl returned night after night. She did not come every night, but still frequently enough for her face, watching the moon, to linger in my mind. Simply beautiful. I love the writing. I was simply curious. Okay then. Miss Yi, why do you want to go to the moon? To meet Ahang. How do you read Ahang? Ahang? Let's see. Chang'e Ahang. Ahang. Oh, is that how you say it? My wife. Oh. I thought I shouldn't assume people's gender, eh? I thought Yi was a girl. Okay, then it's a boy. Oh, my mistake. Sorry. It's been a lifetime since I last saw my wife, so I wanted to meet her again. What is she like? The most beautiful woman on earth. No, I suppose it should be that she is the most beautiful woman in the moon. Oh, look at him. Strong and kind. I don't believe I can put it into words. She is the person who saved my heart. Then again, that might be what love is. Having never been in love, I did not confirm or deny her words. Oh, wait. Okay, then, so it is a she. I shouldn't judge people's preference on sexuality. Damn it. Why did I make another mistake again? Okay, so she's a she, and she has a relation with Ahang. Okay, then. What a good expression she had on her face, filled with a tender feeling like water, deep and profound with affection. I hope you can see her again soon. Many thanks, gatekeeper you. Perhaps because of that conversation, we began to talk more frequently. Come rain or snow, she will always return. You know, at first I thought it will be a romantic relationship between Yi and you two. But no, okay then. This is a really good writing, I must say. I've said that 3 times, because it is. Her wife on the moon must have been a lucky woman, as Yi never stopped speaking about her. It wasn't appropriate for me to nosy about her domestic matters, so I didn't ask about topics such as how they came to be separated and why meeting was so difficult. What? Because she's on the moon. Why? What else? I mean, you didn't even let her go to the moon to meet her wife. We had become friends. Have you ever wondered why the elevator is in a place like CDA? Never have I found the answer. Lady Chang'e asked for the elevator to be built on this land. You haven't realized it yet, didn't you? According to the rumor, this was the place where her husband, Hou Yi, was buried, and also the place where they used to live when she was on Earth. No body was found, so who knows how true it is? It was as if Lady Chang'e was still waiting for Hou Yi. Just like Yi. If you didn't realize it at all, congratulations. Her husband. You didn't realize it at all. I heard she rarely talks to others, much less about the past. We still don't know the truth behind the legends of the past. We can confirm parts of the legend of Chang'e, but very little of Hou Yi's existence. It's a bit frustrating. Atu. We call her Atu. You like legends? I do. Who doesn't? Yeah, I do. As a child, I had always liked them very much. Seeing as Chang'e was confirmed to be real, a noble lady on the moon, I had liked her the most. The most popular version of the story went something like this. There lived a beautiful woman named Chang'e, who was married to the divine archer, Hou Yi. Hou Yi had been given an elixir of immortality by the gods for his great deeds. One day, when Hou Yi was out hunting, his jealous apprentice, Feng Meng, rode into the couple's house. Feng Meng threatened Chang'e, wanting to steal his master elixir of immortality. Not allowing Feng Meng to steal the elixir, Chang'e had no choice but to swallow it herself. However, upon consuming the elixir, she began to float away up to the moon. She could not even say goodbye to Hou Yi, and only managed to bring her pet rabbit along in time. Thus, to this day, Chang'e lives on the moon with her pet rabbit. My man, it was really a beautiful story. A beautiful writing and storytelling. I love it. I'm shivering a little bit while reading that story. Between Chang'e and Hou Yi, who do you like more? I would have to choose Chang'e. Hou Yi is fascinating, but no one really knows anything about him. Hou Yi was a divine archer who slew many fierce beasts that plagued humanity. His most famous feat was shooting down 9 of 10 suns. In the past, there were 10 days of the week, so for each day, there was one sun. However, the suns one day decided that they all wanted to rise. Thus began a period of eternal day, an apocalyptic burning landscape. I know this story from the Monkey King, Sun Wukong. There's a TV series of Journey to the West, I think. It's really good. I love it. In order to save humanity from this peril, Hou Yi was dispatched to stop the suns. To do so, he shot down sun after sun, till only one remained. The last one, cowed by his might, rose and set every day on schedule from then on. Holy legend had never been confirmed. The sun, as we know it, was simply a fairy ball, a large star that lit our solar system. Within someone who existed and someone who didn't, I would always prefer the former. Yet, I feel like Yi might prefer Hou Yi over Chang'e. Who do you like more? Chang'e as well, of course. Yeah, because she's your wife. So that's both of us. Why do you look surprised? Won't your wife get jealous if you say you like Chang'e? Thank you for the concern, but she wouldn't get jealous, at least not over this topic. Just between you and me, I'm the only one who has the tendency to get jealous. We can see it. We had a silly little conversation like this, standing apart from each other. We were not too far, but not particularly close either. Some nights, when I hadn't slept well during the day, I wonder if she was real. Was she a human or a fairy? She was distant and mysterious. I didn't really know her at all, but I enjoy her company nonetheless. Then again, there was that incident we didn't talk about. Some magnate had tried to force his way in when his papers turned out not to be enough. So Yi came to the rescue by disarming, quite literally, his goons. For a moment, I had thought that she was a demon rather than a fairy. More importantly, the ensuing mess with security was not something I liked to think back to. The nights continued on. Hey, a shooting star! Shooting star had become quite frequent to see in the sky since I met Yi. Tonight as well, I saw one soar through the sky. So I made a wish. I hope they met soon. I hope they meet soon. I hope they meet soon. Yi didn't come on night with shooting stars. I made a wish for her anyway. I hope for Yi and her wife to reunite soon. Part of me also wants to see this wife of hers, who she only spoke praise for. It really seemed like I was asking them to stuff dog food into my face, but alas, I was a single dog without a speck of romance in my life. If shooting star granted wishes, I asked them to grant this one for me. I have no word. Simply, oh my god. That almost make me tears up, you know. Really, I almost tears up. It's beautiful. How did I first met A Hang? Badly. It was not a beautiful meeting. I met her while dressed in men's clothing and covered in blood. It wasn't my blood, but blood is blood. Men clothing, that would be the reason people think that you're a man back then. But blood is blood, yeah. She was already prettier than the stars, but my heart was very cold. When I was directed to kill, I killed. When I was directed to stop, I stopped. Everything was very abstract, and I was told that what I did made humanity prosper. Yet my heart was frozen and shriveled. My engagement with her was bestowed to me for my good deeds, so I married her. If I were in her position, I surely would have run far, far away. But she didn't run away. Instead, she smacked me over the head, telling me that I wasn't living. Even if I had medicine from the gods, the way I was living wasn't living. This should be the clue, you know. I wasn't cruel yet, but I was empty. I'm sure I had the capability to become a tyrant back then. Someone who would shoot down even a baby bird if it seemed to get in my way. But then, I fell in love with her. So you changed? Yes. I can imagine the you of the past. Maybe I could see someone ruthless in her, just a little. That's good. She had been raised as an assassin or a child soldier, but it didn't seem real to me. There's not much need for violence these days. Humanity really has gone far. I suppose I could still fashion a club out of beechwood. Ha! That kills me. Houyi's death. The divine archer had survived many assassination attempts by his jealous apprentice, Fang Meng. Houyi's skills with the bow simply too sophisticated. When Fang Meng finally killed Houyi, it was with a club carved out of a peach tree. What a violent death. You better live till you meet your wife again. Of course, I have to meet her this lifetime. Yep, he is law for her wife. Another shooting star. I once more wished for the two lovers to reunite. Why was it that they couldn't meet? I wondered what circumstances prevented them from seeing each other. And who was he? As expected, my curiosity on the fairy girl's identity had not disappeared. A girl who came to desolate elevator gate night after night, without the papers or authority to ascend to the moon. Ascent. She simply wanted to meet the one she loved. Then again, she was a lot of things. As I gradually come closer to an answer, more and more questions piled up in my mind. Then something to throw out all of my conjectures. It was not on another night at the gate, but on a night where I had been told to take a break and not show. Seeing as I was nocturnal for my job, my body wouldn't allow me to sleep. Not caring to navigate city's nightlife scene, I packed a soft blanket and picnic for myself to go stargazing on one of the hills in the outskirts of the city. Soft blankets and picnic at night. Okay then. As I climbed up the hill, I saw her. She had a bow in her hand. Drawing back the bowstring in a practiced movement, her eyes looked toward the moon, unwavering. Upward, her bow aimed upward, as if she could shoot the stars down from the sky. The arrow had something, a letter tied to it. I narrowed my eyes as if seeing something dazzling. Perhaps because of that, I didn't see the moment she shot the arrow. Surely it was also practiced smooth, just like breathing to her. Even though I didn't see, I somehow knew. As my eyes adjusted to follow the arrow that was flying impossibly quickly, that very arrow that should have become unseen to my human eyes became a shooting star. Oh my god. Is this the 5th time I'm gonna say it again? This is a beautiful writing. I'm shivering. Oh my god. I must have let out a gasp, but she didn't turn her eyes away from the sky. She was watching the arrow, the shooting star, fly even as it disappeared from my view, hoping for it to deliver the message she wrote. She was waiting. After who knows how long, she finally lowered her bow and looked away from the sky to me. Atu, you were watching. Do you think my message will reach Ahang? Of course it will. Of course it won't. The words were lodged in my throat like a thick glue. Yi, of course. Ho Yi. I'm simply Yi. Now I was sure that she wasn't human. She left after seeing I had nothing else to say. I was alone with my thought on the hill, and stargazing no longer seemed as pleasant a way to spend the night. I met her again at the elevator gate. We decided not to talk about the previous night. The many shooting stars I had been seeing were her message to her wife. We didn't talk at all that night. She looked at the moon like always, yearning for the person who she would shoot stars for. From the start, I had that feeling. Her eyes were looking somewhere far away, detached from the material world like a fairy. As usual, she didn't bother me as I stayed with my shift. Instead, she just waited for me to speak if I want to talk and not once force a conversation. While she watched the moon, I found myself watching her. Our silent meetings continued for a while. Yi, I think of you as a friend. I'm half convinced that you're a fairy, but you're still a friend. I'm not a fairy. Yeah. But thank you. I think of you as a friend as well. Should we have a drink together sometime? I'm sure there's a saying about how you have to get to know people when they are sober and when they are drunk to really know them. I will be happy to have a drink with you. I want to see what sort of drunk you are. That's a good ulterior motive. Unfortunately, I don't get drunk very easily. I'm partial to strong liqueurs like Mao Tai, but reds like Ao Yun are pleasant too. Expensive taste. I don't know what kind of liquor is that. Should I bring some alcohol here next time? Sure do. Okay. I'm not supposed to drink on shift. It was the other way around. What a great loss. You're a terrible influence. Uh-huh. She came to visit time after time, and as stated, we never did get around to cracking open a bottle of Ao Yun while I was on my shift. I hope she could meet her wife soon. When I thought about it, that would be a great excuse to have a drinking party. But her wife would not be happy if I got her flat out drunk. I don't know, man. Another night, I was checking the news. Lady Chang'e might be getting remarried. What? That would be my reaction too. Never mind. Articles nowadays are all clickbait. Lady Chang'e has many suitors, like always, and this time she seems to have met with some of them. I don't know if that means she is receiving suitors right now, but it may be a sign that she is looking to remarry, since she is known for not speaking with outsiders. A reclusive beauty untouched by the outside world. Do you think she really wants to remarry? Maybe. This is the most positive response any suitors have gotten. Oh. She's been alone for thousands of years too. So does Hou Yi. Hou Yi have been alone for thousands of years too, looking for a way up to the moon. Fair point. If she does remarry, this place will become much busier. I see. Are you worried about the topic of remarriage? You've seen right through me, Atu. I don't know what I would do if Aheng didn't want me anymore. But I will not be surprised if she no longer believes that I would come find her. It's been a long time since we have last met. You're still young. It's different. She's not young. I wonder if it is. For one thing, you are alive. You are here sending message, shooting stars even, which is absurdly romantic, and you're still trying to find a way up and contact her. The shooting star hadn't stopped. Thank you. I still need to keep on trying. Even a girl who never gave up would start to lose steam. Now then, if I took a step back, it should have been clear to me that she wasn't in a position where getting to the moon was easy. As if having failed time and time again, at one point she had said this. At times I find bureaucracy difficult, so dependent on connections. She was a strange, unidentified girl without papers. Where would she get connections? I just expected her never to give up. Should I have been surprised when she came to me and said this? On that bitterly cold night, so cold I was loath to move my rigid fingers. Maybe already a few months since we first met, she arrived with an odd expression on her face. It was the eyes. It was always her eyes. Oh, my body is shivering. And she said words sharper than the chilling air. Tonight is the last night I come here. I have I have but one last message to deliver to the moon, and I will do so from the highest point by scaling the elevator tower's wall. Then I won't show my face here again. What? I want to say goodbye, Atu. I don't want to have to hurt you, so don't bother calling security. You already know how that will turn out. Wait. Her wrist was surprisingly thin, and she was really damn cold. Atu, you have 5 seconds to speak before I throw you off. I was scared, and my grip was weak. Her eyes were that of a wolf looking at a rabbit. I couldn't let her go. Wait, you moron. I'll take you up. If you will just stop, I'll take you up. I don't have the access to use the elevator, but if you're going to be like this, at least let me take you up to the maintenance stairs on the side. What sort of shitty goodbye is this? I don't know. And would you really hurt me? Sorry. Will you let me take you up? After she nodded, I broke her toward the elevator. There were few people present, but her being with me removed any suspicious looks. We reached the maintenance stairs on the side of the elevator, and I unlocked the gate. From there we began to climb the stairs, which went up as high as reasonable for a person to reach in the sky. How tall is it? How long does it take? Step, step, step. I didn't want to look down. Step, step, step. I wanted to see Ahang again for so long, but at this point, she may already be moving on with her life, and ready to forget me, even when I am not ready to forget her. Maybe she even blames me. Although I began to get tired walking up the endless stairs, Yi began to speak as if this exercise was nothing difficult. By a fault of mine, I lost contact with her. I can only send her letters to the sky and pray that my words will reach her. I was a fool who took in a white-eyed wolf. What does that mean? Ah, okay, Feng Meng. She was talking about Feng Meng. I passed down my skills to him, but he bit the hand that fed him, harming my wife, so that we were separated, and then harming me as well. I should have killed him the second he bared his fangs, but I didn't. Only a fool warms a venomous snake in their bosom. Only someone worse than a fool lets that snake bite their loved one. Now that I have said this thing to you, do you feel me differently? No, not at all. You're a good friend. We kept climbing until we could climb no more, until the stairs stopped. I was exhausted, my legs aching in ways that I didn't think they could. Yet she looked unfazed, not a hair out of place as she looked at the sky around us. I was scared to look down. CTA in the distance looked so small and insignificant. I love Aheng, Where did she get that bow and arrow? Again, there was a message tied to the arrow. Although it seemed that she is called by a different name now. Like breathing, like flowing water, she pulled the bowstring totally back. She aimed and released the arrow to the sky. The arrow turned into a shooting star. As she lowered her bow, she silently watched the star fly and then looked away. I tried to follow the star with my eyes, but I quickly lost track of it. All was quiet. Yi, are you okay? My question was interrupted as she suddenly moved to the railing of the highest point on the stairs and flung herself over them. For a moment, she seemed to be flying. This is goodbye. Sorry. Yi. Then I could no longer see her. I rushed down the stairs, not yet fully comprehending. Not just once, I nearly tripped in my haste, saved only by a fast grip onto the railing. I was lucky not to have twisted an ankle in my falls, but I could feel the bruising forming. Descending went faster than ascending, but still took a while, leaving me wheezing. At the place where she would have been splat on the ground, there was nothing. No ambulance or crowd had gathered. I looked around a bit, hurrying around the elevator, but I found nothing. She really was like a fairy. From that night on, I no longer saw her at the gate. No matter how many nights passed, she never returned. The people were dull, the paperwork duller. He was nowhere to be found, and even the shooting star ceased to fly around the sky. I waited, then I met her. What? Okay. I thought. Whoa, wait a minute. That's Chang'e. Are you two? Yes, a fairy. Are you? Atu. Chang'e, the immortal on the moon. Allow me to ask again. Are you the one who goes by the name Yutu? For some reason, she was talking to me of all people. I recognized her from the few pictures constantly shown on the news. She was definitely Chang'e. What do you expect me to say? Shouldn't she have had an escort? As she was known to be a recluse. Had she snuck away? Why had she spoken my name? She's waiting. Oh no. And I nearly forgot to respond. My apologies, Lady Chang'e. I am Yutu. How can I help you? Thank you, Gatekeeper Yu. You need not to be formal with me. I am searching for Shen Yi. Her letter said she was here and you were her friend. But I received them late. Much too late. So they didn't meet at all. Where did she go? Where did Yi go? I know she is no longer here. She mentioned you many times in her letters. I cannot bear to lose her again. Please help me find her. Please. I almost dropped a tear, but no. No, don't. Okay, let us continue. Lady Chang'e, if I may ask, are you Aheng? Well, duh. Yes. I haven't been called that in a long time. Once upon a time, the name Chang'e had been Heng-E. The tradition of naming taboo at Hang changed to Chang after Emperor Wen of Han came to power. For the centuries after Emperor Wen of Han, to the time when humanity first reached the moon, the name of the woman in the stories was Chang'e. Will you help me find Yi? I want to, but how? Of course I will. I'm not sure how to start. She hasn't come around for a while. If it's impossible, I won't trouble you. She is the only person I love in this world. To think she was alive was already too much of a dream. Even if it takes another 4,000 years, I will roam the earth in search for her. Stop trying to make me cry. This word is so powerful. Here, right here. Oh my god. I need a moment to think. Please don't do anything rash. How do I contact her? How do I contact her? That will do. Okay then, that's good. Let us head there right away. But the address, it's just a mailbox, not a home. She's given up. I'm going to try calling her. Someone finally picked up. A hoarse voice. It is Yi, finally. Who is it? Chang'e. I must be hallucinating. Aheng still sounds the same as before. You're not hallucinating, Yi. Yes, it did. They did. I'm sorry I received them so late. I love you. Don't give up on me. Those are my words. I wanted to let you move on. But I guess I couldn't because I couldn't even bear to drink Granny's Mang soup after so many years. Granny's Mang? Fang Mang? You mean? Oh, Fang Mang is a girl? Okay then. Granny's Mang soup, is it? Is she meant poison? Was it my fault that you had to suffer in hell for so long and couldn't be reborn? Beautiful. No, it was my fault that you were struck on the moon all alone for so long. You never forget about me and set out my favorite snacks as offering always. Favorite snacks? What is it? So I did. Do you still like those? I do. I'm glad. Where are you right now? I don't know. I wanted to find the place you like, but the place Aheng liked is already gone. I'm going there right now. Oh. Let me drive you there. Thank you, Atu. Had she run out of battery? Probably. Although I could be fired for running off in the middle of my shift, I quickly discarded that worry. This wasn't the time for that. With Lady Chang'e in my car, as absurd as that was, I drove. We drove for a long time. Finally, we have reached our destination. It was a hill where once beautiful flower must have bloomed. Ye sat at the top of the hill, gazing at the stars. Ye. Before I could speak, Chang'e rushed up to the hill and flew into Yi's arm. Wait, she called flew? Well, that could help. They toppled over the grass and embraced. How long had it been since they last touched? Since they last saw each other? Surely they were both smiling and sobbing, speaking of all the things they couldn't this past many centuries. They didn't separate, sharing a kiss while entangled. I stayed a distance away to not disturb their reunion. Looking up, I noticed a shooting star in the sky. This wasn't a letter from Yi to Aheng. Thinking of shooting stars, I realized that my wish had also come true. Moon Archer, shooting stars. It was simply a beautiful visual novel with a good writing and storytelling. It could evoke the feeling of sadness, sympathy, emotion in me. It was beautiful. I really recommend you to play this game. I really recommend you who watch this video to play this game. That's all for the video. Thank you for watching. See you later. Bye bye. Lovely indeed.